Good evening. As the evening has come about, as everything's happened tonight, I just want to say my husband wishes he was Lebanese more than anything in his life after this evening. So that's a true testament of how important our heritage is to our family. And being here tonight to represent our father is important to us, and being Lebanese Americans is way cooler than it's ever been. So with that said, we are so proud, and I am Maria Ganim Schneider, and these are my brothers Greg and AJ. We have the honor and privilege to introduce the most incredible man we know. He is not only our father, but he was our coach, our teacher, and our boss. We could go on for hours about what he has taught us in life, and we still would have more to say. However, we know we don't have that kind of time. So, we do want to introduce our mother, Joan, the matriarch of our family. Without both their guidance and support, our family would not be where we are today. I would also like to introduce my husband, Bill, Greg's wife, Carla, AJ's wife, Lauren, and we are also beyond grateful for our family that has come in from Southern Ohio, Florida, and Georgia for this evening. Our extended family of Marlene and Jonathan, Marla, Maria, Ken, Shirley, Carla's parents, the Canales, the Wikers, Susan Racy. All of you are here tonight to celebrate our father. We have many other cousins and friends seated here this evening, but there is one cousin who couldn't be here tonight, and that is our cousin, the Sheikh Abdullah Skandara Shaheen. And he is the author of my father's book, the ancient book of Lebanese Proverbs that he just made up. You will hear, I'm sure, a little bit about the Sheikh, I hope, this evening. But the one thing that our father has taught us is that family is the glue that holds your life together. A specific quote from the Sheikh himself: "I have learned that it's not what I have in my life, but who I have in my life is what counts." As you can see demonstrated by our group, we all agree. I'd like my brother Greg to come up.
Well, I can start by telling you that Ron Ganim was born at a very early age to Art and Hazel Ganim. He tried really hard to grow up in Parma, Ohio, and then he graduated from Benedictine High School, where, according to the Abbot, his best attributes were staying out of trouble and his A+ work on the football field. Those are his best things. He, in his mind, he still is a star football player, by the way. He continued his studies and career at Toledo University, transferred to Kent State, where he met his bride, as depicted in the video. It was that time in his life when he was introduced to gymnastics. After graduation in 1969, he began teaching at Barberton City Schools, and soon after came to the Brecksville-Bellevue Heights City School District, where he became a PE teacher at Hilton Elementary, and he also had the honor of being the school disciplinarian, which he carried on, well, my whole life, that's for sure. When he moved on to the junior high and finally to the high school, that's where he began his career as the health teacher and sex ed teacher. My dad had the amazing experience of teaching all three of his children about sex. He did. And just to prove how good he was, there's my wife Carla, and my brother's wife Lauren, who are both pregnant currently. So I'd like to thank my dad for all of his teachings. That's really good. So it was after the birth of their second child, and clearly their favorite child, that my mom was told that her place with two children is in the home and not in the workplace. So they certainly could not live on my dad's salary of a measly $10,000 a year. So with my mother's parents' help, they opened up Gymnastics World. And Gymnastics World has now grown to 2 locations and a cheer location called Cheer World. And we're really proud of that. The odds were stacked against them though. This was the first of its kind. Pay to learn a sport in 1975. That was crazy. Everyone told them they're crazy to make that happen. Dad continued to educate kids all day at school and run Gymnastics World till about 10 o'clock at night. And after a short break from coaching, he came back to coach the high school gymnastics team in 1989 and hasn't stopped since. And they are now on their 14th consecutive state championship run, which is great. He retired from teaching in the early 90s due to physical ailments that prevented him from doing his best at teaching. However, he still continues to influence these young minds at the gym for now his 46th year and counting. Thank you.
Well, beyond the amazing recognition tonight from the entire NOLAA organization, I'd like to touch on just a few of the other accomplishments that the man my daughter will soon call Jindu has done. He served as the state chairman for Ohio, a national safety certifier, and was awarded the National Business Leader of the Year, all for USA Gymnastics. He's been a high school national coach of the year. He was given the Sportsmanship, Integrity, and Ethics Award. He was inducted to the Gallery of Achievement with the Brexville-Broadview Heights City School District. And he is a current gymnastics board member of the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission. He served as a drug counselor and intervention specialist. He introduced Psychobabble, which is a class for our gymnasts, which is focused on sports psychology and the mental game that student athletes are challenged with on a day-to-day basis. Beyond just running the business, his philanthropic efforts in our community go far beyond what he wants anyone to see. To give you an idea of a few of the charitable organizations that he has helped raise money for, he first started with the Rex Photos Cartwheel-a-thon. Just over $200,000 raised for Children's Miracle Network and Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospitals. A staple supporter of Rush for a Cause, the Brian Muha Foundation, the Northeast Ohio Foundation of Patriotisms, or NEOPATS, the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, and numerous adopt-a-family programs over the holiday seasons. Not only as our father, coach gymnast, he has taught them more than just the sport itself. He has taught them to be kind, fair, giving, and most importantly, to be a good person. In his words, teach the athlete, not the sport. It is our honor to introduce to you our dad, the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind, Mr. Ron Ganim.